that in this 83 200E Big Red, it pretty much bolted up, and all I gotta do is just wallow out one hole. I'm gonna take that. All right, y'all, we are back with another Honda 83 200E Big Red, and the most generic Chinese, supposedly 250cc motor video. So last video we did a table test. It ran off of starter fluid, so it should be good. I did do butt connectors on the engine and on the harness. On this particular harness, all the colors match up. So yellow, green, black and red, blue. And then that leaves a white on the engine harness and a pink on the motor harness. Put those together because those were the only two colors left. And boom, it ran. You have to have ground to the starter, ground to the sparkulator thing, and ground to something else, or it won't start. If yours come with this 6-pin harness, that is for the gear selector indicator thing. I'm trying to find one just to put on here. I think it'd be cool. But if you don't use it, you can just tuck it away somewhere. So this video, let's get the motor and the harness installed in the frame, and let's see if we can get it mounted up. Oh yeah, this fits a lot better than trying to get that light fan motor in here. Oh man, this literally just kind of went right to the frame. Oh, look at that! It just goes right in place. Now, if we can get this in there. All right, so I think I figured out my issue, and I think my issue is right here. So I think I'm gonna have to pull the motor out. I'm going to mark a spot right here, take my grinder and cut a spot out, because I think that's why I don't have any more movement in the motor, because the motor needs to go back a little bit, and that's keeping me from going back. So I'm going to mark it, take the motor back out, which luckily is not that big of a deal, and cut a little half moon right there, and then we should be good to go. All right, did a little frame notch. It took some determination and some tomfoolery and some danceration and this hateration and this dancery. But we have the front motor mounts. We got the bottom rear and the mid rear motor mount mounted up. The little cut, I don't know what y'all can see, the little cut in the peg mount cleared like it should. The only mount that we don't have mounted up right now is the top engine mount, and it is just ever so slightly off. I mean, never mind. I say ever so slightly, but it actually looks better from the other side. It didn't look this bad from the other side. So I think what I'm going to do for this is, well, before I do anything with that, I'm going to go and tighten up all the other motor mounts. And then once it is determined that all the other motor mounts are tight, then I will probably just take a drill bit, go from this side all the way through, wallow that hole out, and then place the bolt in it. But for everything else to bolt up, and for this one to be 3/8 of an inch off, I'm not gonna sit here and complain about that. If you watch, the 5 Honda 3-wheeler with Chinese motor swaps on YouTube, I think it might be one that said he had to do nothing, and I think there was a 200X. All the rest of them either had to make mounts, swap mounts, or whatever. So the fact that in this 83 200E Big Red, it pretty much bolted up, and all I gotta do is just wallow out one hole, I'm gonna take that. Now my forehead a little bigger. God, tell me. All right, so done a little bit of work. Just want to give you a little update. I got the wiring harness laid out. I got the igniter, sparkulator hooked up. That bolted right in to the factory location. I did clean the paint off where it mounts so to get a good ground. I could not remember how it was ran on the factory harness. But also, this harness is about 3 inches too short for what I need comfortably. So I have it ran under the frame here, just because I know that the tank and other stuff is going to mount up on the outside, and the fin is going to mount up on the outside. So I didn't want anything rubbing. So I just ran it under the frame. Surprisingly, the starter solenoid and the rectifier bolts up. Well, the rectifier bolts up into the stock location. The starter solenoid little side hook things went right into the stock location, so that worked fine. This is the wire that goes to the starter. This is the wire that comes from the battery. I did order some car style fuses because I hate these glass fuses. So of course the battery bolts in right there. The CDI box, I think the factory CDI box went right there, but I just simply zip tied it to the battery tray. Oh, and of course the igniter thingamabob, I ran the wire up above it and across, because when it ran under, it was hanging down too low, and I was scared that it was going to lay on the exhaust, which would be a no-no. And other than that, that is about it. I'm going to sit here probably for the next hour and start taking this loom and start looming up this wiring harness. All right, y'all. Same day. What I did is that I went ahead and put the stock intake manifold on there with the stock carburetor. I have a 40 jet, I have a 40 pilot, I have a 40 idle jet and a 105 main jet. Since this stock 22 and that China 28 is really the same size, I don't see why there should be any problem. So yeah, it's a tight fit, but it is in there. I used the stock boot that will go to the air box, because how the carburetor is positioned, you can't get a filter on there. And then what I'm going to do is that one of the filters came in the kit. It literally fits right inside of the intake tube, and it's not in there good. It's not in there good at all. So I'm going to come up with something
to keep pressure or tension on this so that it won't just fall out, then it starts sucking in dirt, grime, and everything else, and score the cylinder walls need to rebuild loose compression.
All right, y'all, today is the day that we're gonna put some gas to this carburetor, and we're gonna see that we can get this thing to idle for a little bit, do some throttle modulation, and hear this thing actually run through this Pro Torque exhaust. There will be a separate video on these T-Move fenders, so don't worry about those. So yeah, let's roll this out real quick so we don't smell the house and the garage up. And don't look at my butt. Let's see if it's gonna run. That's the thing. It should run, but let's see how well it's gonna run. And you get to get a first glimpse at what these fenders look like before the actual video comes out. What is all this? Well, I know the exhaust is not quite right. Cool. But yeah, it idles somewhat. It throttles up. I need to fix the carb issue. So this might be the last video right now in this form. So I need to clean the inside of this metal tank out, and then I really want to do a riding video. So I might do a riding video before I get this tank cleaned out. I might not. I don't know. So I don't know what the next video is going to be after this. If it's going to be a riding video, or if it's going to be a tank cleaning, painting, clear coating video, and then the tank goes on, and then we go for a ride. I don't know. We'll see. But it runs. Actually, I still need to get the chain put on and everything. But yeah, this might be it for how it is right now. Next video, you will see the T-Move fender video, and then after that, probably the tank video. Then after that, probably a riding video. So I don't know what episode this is of this 200E Big Red Revival. It's probably 11, 12, I don't know, but I'm ready to take this thing on the trails and go riding. So, like everything you do, think, build, enjoy. I ain't even give y'all a middle finger. Think, build, enjoy. Peace.